We're here at EUC Nordvest in Thisted, Denmark, and we've actually just finished the first installation of a universal robot connected and integrated with a Soldamatic system. So what you can see down here is the contact tip that we're used to seeing with the Soldamatic, but it's actually connected to just the standard robot MIG welding package. And we're used to having the welding mask on, but we're actually having a camera here sitting with lighting. So the same cameras that are sitting outside of a welding helmet normally are now sitting looking at the welding MIG gun on the robot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to open up a open practice for demos. We're going to start a new one, and then we're going to choose, instead of manual, we're going to choose robotic. So we go in here, we choose just all the standard settings. We go in and we choose what kind of workpiece we're going to be using. Since we're going to be using pipe to plate, we're choosing that one. We're choosing PV, and we're going to be choosing carbon steel, 3mm thickness, GMAW, standard procedure, just straight through. And then we're going to be choosing one pass, straight, continuous, push. But then we're going to choose right to left, because that's how we set up our robot procedure right now. So once we have that, we can see all our different settings. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to simulate this with the universal robots connected to the Soldamatic. So we hit the augmented reality button, as we are used to doing, and we're going over here. So in the teach pendant of the universal robots, we've set up a program now for it to actually do the weld. So let's just hit start. Put it into position. Starting position of the robot. Press OK. Start the program. So what's happening now? Nothing is happening now. Why is that? We don't know. Let's pause that, go back to the start point, and see what actually happens. Let's back it up. Let's just check what programs we're hitting. Oh, that's why. We don't have the program that we're calling for. So that was my mistake. I'm just creating that, another program. Let's just make sure that we have the right one that we're calling for. We're going to create one that's called 101. There we go. So now you got to see how I do this on the fly as well. So we're going to change the parameter settings to, was it 16.2 volts?
Yes.
So 16.2 volts. There we go. And then 8.8 meters per minute, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So the wire feed speed. So right now it's a semi-directional communication, meaning that we only have communication from the universal robot to the Soldamatic. So what we need to do is trigger these settings. So now we've set up a setting for the Soldamatic to trigger. Let's try again. There we go. So, what's happening now? Well, treat Soldamatic as a power source and a simulator. So we're used to seeing all this happening in the welding helmet, but now we're seeing it on the screen, and if we were to connect it to a big monitor. So we can see the stick out, we can see the positioning and everything. And of course, we can see the robot moving around. So what would you use this for? Well, say you have, as in this case, you have a welding workshop where you have students training every day in manual welding. And then you want to train them for a more industrial purpose. Maybe you want to have them in a modern manufacturing plant. Then they will have to learn also robot welding and how to configure the robot and program the robot. Well, when we're in the robot lab, I mean, doing this, setting up programs like this, I'm a very poor robot programmer, but this program has been set up in more or less 10 minutes from that I got it working. So what we want to do is, get students to train to set up programs, and simulate the welding without having welding consumables, without steel, without gas. Because, well, it's first of all safety, it's also environment, and of course, I mean, just to be able to restart without having to do any preparations of the steel, etc. So we believe that this is a very, very good auxiliary if you already have Soldamatic, but it can also be just one reason to actually get Soldamatic from the start. Because if you have a welding workshop with simulators or with robots, and you want to have a Cobot where you can train your robot programmers, this is a great solution. We are here from Svenska Elektrod because we are the partner of Soldamatic in Nordics, in the Scandinavian countries. So if you want a setup like this, feel free to contact us. We'll be available, and the numbers and emails, etc. can be found online on www.svenskaelektrod.se. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.